Crikey. Moses! That's too freaking heavy. G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm David, and today we've got another collected callistemon. As some of you might know if you've watched the channel, these callistemons just grow wild in my area. Every creek and gully is just lined with callistemons, red flowers usually. This one was collected probably not that long ago, 8-9 months ago, but it didn't even skip a beat. It just took off and it's filled this pot with roots, so it's time to get this dirty old potting mix off it. I'm going to put it into a bonsai pot. I don't have a nice pot for it, so it's just going in what I've got. Get it into a nicer mix and maybe make some decisions on where it's going to go style wise in the future. It's got a few good features, some not great. The roots out this side look pretty good. Some nice movement in the trunk, plenty of branches to choose from if we want to grow some and thicken some up. Around the back it's got like this rib of deadwood. I don't know if the tree originally grew much bigger and then died, got washed over in a flood or something, and then this part's all died and the tree's taken off this other way. But that's all dead and it's soft and it'll probably rot away. So I can't really do much with that. I may get in and chisel some of that out, maybe, because it's going to rot away anyway. May carve it out at a later date, not sure. But I think for now, our front is probably limited to this angle. Maybe if we carved this out and hollowed it out, we could have an interesting feature there, but we don't really have any roots out this side to make a nice feature. So I really think this side is going to be our front. I don't know that we want to keep all the way to the top of this big trunk. I think we'll be happy with keeping the first bend in, maybe cutting it off, and then select one of these to be our continuation of the apex, and it can continue to grow and thicken up until it sort of matches the trunk a bit better. And we've got other branches here that we can then, you know, so many to choose from to make our canopy. Stuff down the bottom here will more than likely get cut off, I would say. I don't really want any of the growth down here. But for now, we'll just get the soil off it and we'll get it into that pot, and then we might make some decisions. I'll get this soil off, I'll throw some tunes on for you, and we'll come back when I've got all this crap off.
The future is unknown. Where should we go from here? Now that the journey is clearly a memory, and it's just you and me. We're on our own, but where should we go from here? We've got the world on our side, we can fly high.
Rightio, so that's our root system we've got. It's pretty wild. We do have roots coming off directly under here. There may be some in here. A lot at the end of these long roots here, which is good because that means they will stay alive. There's an interesting root going along the front here too. There's a bit of a gap in it. That all has roots off it. So I think we're in pretty good shape as far as roots go. All I'm going to do is take a few of these big thick ones that don't have a lot of feeder roots on them and just cut them back to make it a little bit easier to get it in the pot. And most of them aren't going to be of all that much use to us anyway. We're just going to have to wrap them round and round and round to get them into a pot. But for now, we don't want to reduce the feeder roots too much because this tree will have a bit of recovery to go, or to do, rather. So I'd probably nearly be inclined to leave that for now. If it had more in-close feeder roots, I mean, it's not bad. I probably could get away with chopping them off. You know what? I probably can get away with that. I will leave these ones here though, because that's about all that's coming off just here. So we'll leave that for now. The rest is probably all right. I'll grab the pot and we'll get him into the pot. Like I said, it's not a nice pot, but it's a pot. It'll do. Pots are expensive, especially big pots. So this is all I really have. It's only just big enough. I'll just chop that off. Maybe that one there, or gee, would I like to keep? No, I'm going to chop those couple off. Make it easier to get into the pot. There's that look. That's probably pretty good if we can get it in like that.
Where should we go? And as we found a greater love, the world was seeking through ups and downs. Yes, somehow we were still believing, and now we're standing here. Oh, so many days we questioned if we'd ever make it. Should we?
It is quite top heavy, this tree, so I reckon I'm going to go around and prune off all these lower branches that I don't want, probably all this top foliage that I don't want, and then we're just going to leave the bits that we do want. Probably not going to work on the deadwood feature today. I reckon it might be smart to just leave that. And I reckon I could probably leave one of these. Probably that one there. Probably leave one branch there for the possibility later on of building another bit of foliage out that side. The rest on the front we don't want. Don't know if you can see these higher ones on the camera. I don't know if I've put it back far enough, but this will all become deadwood. I don't believe I'm going to use that as part of the tree. I know I'd probably only just shoot a million more branches from up here, but for now I just want to reduce some of this higher up foliage, stop it blowing around so much in the wind while this thing's trying to settle into its new pot. something out here will probably become the new trunk line, new apex, but I don't know what yet, so I reckon I'll just cut that back and that back, and that might nearly do it. We'll have a look. I reckon this one on the front of the tree is never going to be much chop either, to be honest. Alright, that'll do this one for today. It's not super well tied in. This pot doesn't even have tie-in holes, so the wires are through the drain holes, which isn't ideal because the wires pull straight down. It doesn't, if your wires are sort of to the outside of the pot, you can sort of pull the tree one way or the other and give it a bit of stability. But, you know, you got what you got, so I'll go and put him where he was, up under one of my bonsai benches where he'll be out of the wind, won't get knocked around, get plenty of water, give him some fertilizer, and in a couple of months' time you won't even know him. Another reason I like these trees is they are almost bulletproof, tough as nails. Yeah, the work we've done to him today, I reckon by halfway through spring this thing will just be a big bush again, and I could easily bring it down. And once it's settled into the pot, once it's spread roots through the pot and it's got itself fixed in the pot, I will bring it back and we will work on the top, do that bit of a deadwood feature, work out which branches we're going to keep, and yeah, have another look at it. But yeah, another tree that I feel has the potential to be an interesting tree, something a little bit different. I like the leaning look of it. That root there might end up getting cut off. Tidy that up a little bit. I could try and gin it, see if it'll stay there and not rot away. I don't think callistemon timber's super hard. I think it probably is a little bit prone to rot, so I don't know if deadwood will work on this tree. But anyway, the things that we can look at in the future. So for now, fertilizer, water, back on the bench or under the bench. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.
Yeah, should we fight or just escape it? And finally now we're smiling cause we know the future is unknown.